I've talked about a lot of stuff on this channel that I think is important for people's lives, but something that might be the most important is happiness. Because no matter who you are, no matter what your life situation is, we all want to be happy at the end of the day. That's really all we want. And it seems to me like so many people just are not happy. I mean, everywhere I go, people are doom and gloom. And thankfully, I've read a couple of books on the subject, and just overall through life, I've figured out that there are a couple things you can do that will help you out a lot with happiness. So I wanted to share those with you guys today. So the first thing that can make you a lot happier is trying to eliminate desire, because so many people live in this mindset of, oh, if I have this, I'll be happy. Oh, I just need this to happen or I'll be happy. A lot of people, for some reason, live in the mindset of, oh, I'm not happy now, but I will on the condition that I have this one thing. Single people will be like, I'll be happy when I have a girlfriend. Broke people will be like, oh, I'll be happy when I have money. But this is a very flawed mindset, because the thing about desire is if you live in a wanting stuff mindset, it's never going to go away no matter what you have. The person who thinks they're going to be happy when they're rich, once they finally get rich, they're going to want something else. The person who wants a girlfriend, once they finally get one, is going to want their girlfriend to be different. Like, the mindset of wanting stuff, constantly thinking you'll be happy if you get a certain specific thing, is very harmful to happiness, because you're never going to be happy if you constantly derive your sense of well-being from whether or not you have the stuff that you want. So what is the cure to this? The cure to this is being able to enjoy your life right now as it is, because as it turns out, that's the only way to do it. I mean, you can wake up, go for a walk outside, and just thoroughly enjoy that walk. You don't need to be rich or have an amazing supermodel girlfriend to have that happiness. If you can find ways to enjoy the absolute mundane tasks of life, that to me is what happiness is, and it's something I've been working on ever since I learned about it. The book I read about this, where I learned all these principles, because guess what? I'm not coming up with this. I'm not going to claim I discovered this drastic theory, but if you want to read more about it, the book, The Power of Now by Eckhart Tolle, very, very, very good about this topic. But basically, that happiness is the ability to just enjoy life no matter what situation you're in. You guys ever met someone who's in like just a drastic, like terrible situation, like someone who has cancer or something like that, and somehow they're just able to keep good spirits, able to enjoy, they're able to laugh and enjoy life despite their terrible situation? That's the mindset you want to have, of like, I'm not going to let my outside situations, what I have or don't have, affect my level of happiness. You need to be able to find it just with whatever you have. And what's interesting is this philosophy for happiness is very, very old. It was actually invented by the Buddha. So, if you don't believe me on this, just ask him. Well, he's dead, but you can't. But there's a lot of readings about it. So eliminate desire and learn to live, learn to enjoy how you're living right now, and that'll help you with happiness a lot. So the next thing kind of goes hand in hand with that, but it is vital that you stop pursuing instant gratification. I mean, it is probably the biggest killer of happiness constantly, because when you live in that desire mindset that I talked about, always wanting stuff, you're always going to be chasing things that you think are going to be like, okay, this is the thing that's going to make me happy. This is why people, they do drugs, they scroll through their phone all day, they eat like super unhealthy food that tastes good. It's because they constantly live in this, oh, if I have this, I'm going to be happy. But again, the thing about these instant gratification things, you have it and then you're happy for what, 5 seconds, and then it's on to the next thing that you want. And this constant like cycle of wanting stuff, not being happy till you get it, then being happy for 5 minutes and then wanting something else. It's just not a way to live life. So avoiding these like kind of instant gratification, false pleasure type of things, it's going to help you a lot getting out of this desire mindset and being able to just relax and enjoy what you have, rather than being dependent upon dopamine for your happiness. So avoid instant gratification as much as possible. I know you can't get rid of all of it. It's just the world we live in. But the more you can get out of your life, the more you can just enjoy more serotonin activities, like going for walks, just talking with a friend. Those are the things you want to push more towards. So this next one's going to be an absolute shocker to you, but something that really helps with happiness is just being healthy overall. As a college student, I get an insight into how people are doing because people always say how they're doing. And there's a lot of people who are just not in a good mood most of the time. And I always find that there's a common theme among them, and it's that they're tired. Everyone is tired all the time in college, and that is generally the source of everyone being in a bad mood. And, I've done some research, and as it turns out, if you're not healthy, you are much more likely to be in a bad mood. Starting off with sleep, I read this book. I have it right here. It is called Why We Sleep, and it was kind of a game changer for me because it is, as it turns out, whether or not you're getting good sleep can kind of determine your entire life. There's a significant impact on mood, whether or not you're sleeping well, and then also just eating well, not being fat, because when you're healthy, you just overall will feel better, and that's going to help you with the mental side of things a lot. I truly believe physical health and mental health go hand in hand. So if you take care of your body a lot more, which is something I've been trying to do, you'll definitely notice the difference in your mood and your happiness. So absolutely, taking care of your health is something that is vital for happiness. So the last thing that's going to help you out with being happier is a little more complicated than the things I've been talking about. I'm going to try to explain it the best I can, but I'm still learning about it. And it is the concept of something called flow and being in a flow state. So the best way I can describe to you what a flow state is being locked in, basically. So if you've ever played a sport before, or you've done some sort of hobby that you really enjoy, the best feeling you can get from that sport or hobby is a moment when you really have to focus, you have to use all of your skills, but you have a chance at winning it. And the best example I could give of this is maybe you're playing a game of chess, and it's a really tough game, and like your opponent's really good, and it's causing you to have to use 100% of your brain to focus on the game. And that is what researchers have called a flow state, when you're focusing on something so hard that you can't focus on anything else. And flow can be found in basically anything. It can be found in like a hobby, like homework, some sort of like mental game you're playing, sports, any situation you're in, when you have to divert all of your attention to something. And that is essentially what people really enjoy, and it's something that I enjoy a lot. And my best example of a flow state would be when I'm in the gym or when I'm running, and I have to like focus all of my body into doing what I'm doing. Maybe I'm lifting like a really heavy weight and it requires 100% of my focus. That is what flow state is. And a book I would recommend reading is Flow: The Psychology of Optimal Experience, and there's a lot of research done. Flow is like the happiest state a person can get. And this concept of flow, it can be derived from anywhere. It doesn't have to necessarily be from a sport you're focusing really hard on. You can get flow from just in the book. I'm sorry, I'm not the best at explaining this, but in the book there's like the flow of the body, the flow of the mind, the flow of nature. One of the examples was like nature. You can go out and just really lock into enjoying nature. I know this sounds crazy, but you can actually get flow from just enjoying nature. So there's many ways to experience flow, and this is what I mean when I say just enjoying the life you have rather than wanting stuff. Find flow in your daily life. Find moments where you can fully focus on something and just drown the rest out. And those are the moments that are going to really give you deep joy. So that's all I got in terms of happiness. The four concepts I think I went over was eliminate your desire, stop seeking instant gratification, be healthy, and try to get flow experiences. So if I missed something, let me know in the comments, something that help you out with your happiness. I'd love to hear. And yeah, hope all of you can live a fantastic, happy life. With that being said, I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace out.